Good morning. Thanks for tuning in to another daily conversation about situations in everyday life. So let's talk about it. So today I woke up to this feeling of release, right? I was faced with some information that either can break me or make me, depending on how I look at it, right? And it took me to have to start to consider letting things go, right? Is that easy? Not always. Especially if it's something that we're attached to, especially if it's something that is attached to loved ones. And it's not necessarily always something that's tangible. It could be something that's a feeling or something that's an action. You just, at the end of the day, some things you just gotta let go. You know, a story I heard growing up was about Lot's wife, where, they had to flee, and she kept looking back, and it not necessarily literally, it could even just be a thought. You keep holding on to stuff in the past. Okay, you ever know what a hoarder hoards things in a place, how chaotic it looks, how there's nowhere to go? It's just like, and it's like to them, they know where everything is at because they're used to the madness. Think about it. Like when we're in a mental state of madness, other people don't understand what we're thinking in our mind. They can't fathom it. But to us, it all makes sense. But I'm here to tell you that is insanity. Einstein said insanity is not crazy. Like, it's not a literal crazy thing. It's basically when you keep doing something over and over and you're getting the same results. It's not changing. That's insanity. So why do we keep on holding on to things that we know is not for the betterment of us? We know that it's not bringing any progression in our life. We know that it's not making us even feel better. It's bringing anxiety and depression. And you're still trying to hold on to it just to keep this image that you don't want to be placed on you, which, like we talked about yesterday, the judgment zone. Sometimes you got to not care about what anybody thinks. Because at the end of the day, you're going to keep on living a lie or keep on doing something over and over and over just to keep the perception from being what it is that others have placed on you. And it's not your truth. It's not your reality. But now you're making it your reality because you keep on holding on to something that is only bringing you down. It's not bringing you up. It's not taking you to the next level. It is a weight. It is a burden. It is a deep, deep, dark valley that there is just no air to breathe. Think about it. Our minds, we could be in the worst state of confusion in our minds and we don't even realize it. Because like I said, we've convinced ourselves that we know where everything is at. I know what I'm feeling. I know what I'm thinking. I know you really told yourself that that is a reality. Like I started my mental detox challenge, and one of the things that I chose to want to do is rewriting my past. That the perception that was created in my past that now has followed me into my present characteristic. It's like it's always it doesn't matter the progression you make, it doesn't matter the things that are changing, that perception will always surface when anything happens that looks like that, right? And we don't understand that that is really just life. Situations are life. That doesn't really define who you are. What defines who you are is how you triumph through those challenges. And a lot of times when you realize why you keep getting these challenges is because you're not facing the reality of what it is. You're not accepting the truth about it. You're accepting the truth that you convinced yourself. You're accepting the truth that you told yourself is true. When realistically, if you dissect it and you allow yourself to face your fears, you will be able to really accept the reality, which in turn is the truth, not your perception. Okay? So for me, it's like when I realize, okay, this particular situation that I'm encountering with, right? Or It could be another situation, just any situation that I'm fearful of showing up in the way of what everyone said, the I told you so's. We all are afraid of the I told you so's. You'll be in a relationship with somebody and you know it's not healthy. You know it's not what you want to be doing. But you don't want to hear I told you so. You don't want to hear oh, I know what I'm doing, or I'm gonna leave, or you always have an excuse or an answer for something when you're trying to protect yourself from the pain and the shame of it. When you just gotta own it sometimes. It hurts. It'll hurt because it's embarrassing. Now people will say, see, I've been saying this, and if you would have never did this, or if I would have never did that. You can't live in the what ifs. You got to live in the present. Because sometimes it's that's why they call it the aha moment. Because it's like an epiphany. It happens. And why is that? Because you got to a place where you allowed to hear it. You got to a place where you took all the falseness that you've created away and you were able to see clear. It's like, when you open that oven and it's mad hot. If you wear glasses, you know what I'm talking about. And all of that steam comes up and you can't see nothing and you just blinded by smoke. And once it clears away, you can finally see. That's kind of like what you go through mentally. When you've just hoarded over the years all of these thoughts, these perceptions, these fears, and all of these things that you've hoarded in your mental state. All of these things that you hoarded into your mind and created this bank of confusion. You're trying to figure it out. You're trying to work through that every day. And it's like sometimes you feel extremely exhausted. You know why? Because your mind is like, honey, I'm about to hop off of this hamster wheel you got me on. Because I can't do this. And then it just conks out on you. That's where people will have a mental break. Or it's like it started to become too closed in. I can't breathe in here anymore. That's our subconscious. That's our mind. We're overbearing it with these fears and these ideas of reality that we've created, and it's not even able to really think and be in the present to help guide us with the proper decisions, because we already told it what decision is going to happen. If this happens, this is what I'm going to do. If this happens, you're doing all of these premeditated resolutions, and it didn't even happen yet. You don't even know what's going to happen, how it's going to happen. So how are you telling yourself this is what you're going to do? There you go. That's fear. That's you trying to get ahead. You trying to stay ahead of a situation that deep in your mind you already know is going to explode, or it has a possibility to explode. But you're trying to cover it up. It's like you shake up that soda bottle. And if you open that cap, what's going to happen? But we trying to keep that cap on. And that fizz is trying to come out. That confusion is trying to spew out. All of that energy is trying to take over, and you're trying to seal that cover. But give it a good shake. You put that cherry on the cake. You ever hear when they say you just put the cherry on top? Now it's on and popping. And that's what happens to our minds. It's like, look, I'm not going to let you. I can't. It's over for. Boom, here you go. Trauma, here you go. Stress, here you go. I'm about to turn your life upside down because you've been turning my life upside down. It's like a war with our mental. It's like we're constantly in battle because we're trying to hold on to things that are not leading us to growth. I'm sitting here like, girl, how much longer is it going to take for you to realize that this situation is not working? Because you already know it. You already said it to me. You just ain't say it out loud. This is the conversation I'm having with me in my mind. We both know the reality of this. We both know how it even happened. We both know how you got here. We both know why you still here. So answer it to yourself. What you gonna do? You still can't answer it. You're still trying to put the Band-Aid on. You're still trying to hide the truth. You're still trying to convince yourself and others around you that it's not that. And it wasn't that. And this is what really happened. And you're trying to make it look the way you've convinced yourself it is, right? But the reality is not. The reality is it is what it is. And are you willing to face it? Are we going to face it? Are we going to stand in front of adversity and say, you know what? I built this bed, now I gotta lay in it. It's nobody else's fault. I gotta own it. I gotta take responsibility for it. And in taking responsibility for it, I actually feel a sense of relief. I don't feel a burden anymore. Because I know that I'm now setting myself up for ultimate progression. Because no longer, you might have to deal with the battle the weight that it's gonna hold on you for a little bit, but it's okay. Maybe God wanna keep me still for a little bit. Maybe he want to just shift it up a little bit so that I'm not focused on this or focused on that. Maybe he want to remove strain from me that I'm not realizing is there. But I'm holding on. I'm fighting. I'm playing tug of war with it. We going back and forth. It's like bobbing and weaving, dipping and dropping. Uppercut, jab, hit to the left. No, stop it. I'm about to knock you out. And he did that bad boy today. Knocked me out. Laid me out with it. And I'm sitting here like, I'm actually okay. Because deep inside, I already knew it. I already knew it. And because I'm actually doing the work right now is why I'm able to even react this way. Because if this was 2 weeks ago or a month ago, I would not be reacting this way. I would not receive what's happening as a blessing opposed to a curse. I will not look at it as, oh my God, again. I'm looking at it as finally time for me to step through. Earlier this year, I said God's doing a new thing with my life, right? He got to rid all the bad. I got to get rid of all of my bad habits. I got to shape myself in the way that I choose to live and stand, right? That's what I said. That's what I professed. That's what I took on. But I'm not willing to let go of things that are hindering me. I'm not willing to let go of things because I'm afraid of the reality that I would have to face. Then you ain't ready. You ain't ready. You think you're ready. That's the conversation I had to sit and have with myself. And I'm like, you know what? You was prepared for this. You knew you were trying to prevent from this happening. But you can't prevent something that is ordained to happen. You can't prevent something that needs to happen to release you. That is your bondage. And you're allowing the bondage to take a hold of you because you don't want to let go. Let it go. Let it go and soar. Let it go and become who you truly want to be. Let it go and learn to own your stuff and move forward. Let it go and learn from your mistakes. Let it go and open up space in your mind for more clarity. Get rid of the negative. Get rid of the perception. Get rid of the judgment. Get rid of all of that. Get rid of it. Hold up your head high and step through. Make yourself be what you want to be. Push yourself towards that daily. Because I know for me, I'm no longer holding on to anything that is not of progression. I'm detoxing all the fear, all the negativity. I'm ridding myself of all of those things during this mental detox challenge. And I'm truly intentionally doing the work. And I encourage you all, any of you doing your challenges right now, intentionally do your work. Don't half-ass it. Do it. Because when you really do it, you will get results. All right? And with moving forward in this beautiful day, continue to be the best version of you.